In the rapidly evolving world of military technology, 2026 marks a pivotal year for armored warfare, as the next generation of battle tanks makes its debut on the global defense stage. These aren't just steel giants anymore, they're advanced, smart, and deadly machines that redefine the way modern armies approach combat scenarios. Today, we'll be diving deep into what makes the 2026 tank models so futuristic, how they're reshaping defense strategies, and what features make them stand apart from their predecessors. Let's begin by looking at the global push toward modernization. Across the world, nations are investing heavily in upgrading their armored divisions, moving away from traditional heavy tanks to more versatile, multi-role armored platforms. These new tanks aren't just about firepower, they're about speed, intelligence, adaptability, and survivability. With geopolitical tensions on the rise and battlefields becoming more unpredictable, the need for tanks that can operate in urban environments, support infantry, and withstand cyber warfare threats has never been greater. The 2026 tanks are equipped with some of the most sophisticated AI systems ever seen in military vehicles. These systems allow for autonomous threat detection, real-time battlefield analysis, and coordinated combat operations with drones and infantry units. The AI doesn't replace the human crew but enhances their capabilities by processing vast amounts of data, identifying threats quicker than any human could, and suggesting tactical decisions in the heat of battle. Imagine a tank that can scan a battlefield, detect enemy movements hidden to the naked eye, and automatically adjust its firing range or armor defenses accordingly. Another revolutionary upgrade in 2026 tanks is their hybrid propulsion systems. Moving away from solely diesel-powered engines, many of these next-gen tanks utilize a combination of electric motors and fuel-efficient engines, drastically reducing their thermal signature. This makes them harder to detect via infrared sensors and allows for stealthier maneuvers in hostile environments. Plus, hybrid systems provide faster acceleration, quieter movement, and even power electronic systems directly during silent operations. Let's talk armor. Traditional tank armor was all about thickness, how much steel or composite you could wrap around the hull. But 2026 tanks introduce dynamic reactive armor combined with active protection systems. This means the armor doesn't just sit there passively. It actively detects incoming projectiles and intercepts them before impact using mini explosives or electromagnetic pulses. In addition to that, modular armor systems now allow quick replacements and upgrades in the field. If a tank's armor gets damaged or if a new threat emerges, crews can swap out armor modules quickly without needing to go back to base. Weaponry has seen some of the biggest innovations. While main guns still dominate the tank's arsenal, 2026 models are using electromagnetic rail guns and laser-guided munitions. The traditional 120mm or 125mm smoothbore cannons are now complemented by smart ammunition shells that can alter trajectory mid-flight or burst over enemy trenches. There's also an increase in drone integration. Tanks now deploy and control mini aerial drones for reconnaissance, targeting, or even light combat. These drones fly ahead of the tank column, identify targets, and stream back live data, giving the tank crews a massive tactical advantage. Communication systems have also reached an entirely new level. Tanks are now connected via battlefield networks that allow them to share data with each other and with command centers in real time. This level of connectivity enables a unified combat approach where each tank becomes a node in a larger, intelligent network. Whether it's sharing enemy coordinates, updating tactical maps, or coordinating maneuvers with other units, the 2026 tank ensures the crew is always in the loop. Ergonomics and crew safety have not been overlooked. The interiors of these tanks are far more comfortable and functional. Noise and vibration levels are reduced, seats are shock absorbing, and air filtration systems protect against chemical or biological threats. Plus, many tanks now feature escape pods or advanced ejection mechanisms, something previously unheard of in traditional armored designs. One of the more controversial changes is the move toward unmanned or optionally manned tanks. While many 2026 models still feature a traditional crew of 3 commander, driver, and gunner, several prototypes and experimental models are fully remote-controlled or can operate autonomously in certain scenarios. This allows high-risk missions to be carried out without risking lives and opens up new tactical possibilities. However, it also raises questions about ethics, accountability, and the role of human judgment in warfare. Different countries are approaching these upgrades in their own unique ways. For example, the United States is developing an advanced tank platform meant to replace older M1 Abrams models. It features a lighter chassis, powerful AI integration, and superior drone coordination capabilities. Russia, on the other hand, is evolving the Armata series, focusing on heavy firepower, active protection systems, and superior cross-country mobility. China is unveiling new variants of its Type 99 and Type 15 tanks, emphasizing modular upgrades, cyber resilience, and integration with its drone fleets. In Europe, nations like Germany and France are working on joint tank development programs, aiming for a new class of European main battle tank, EMBT, that balances speed, firepower, and strategic mobility. These collaborations reflect a broader trend: countries pooling resources and technology to create smarter, more efficient war machines without overburdening their defense budgets. India has also stepped up with its future-ready combat vehicle program, aiming to replace its aging fleet with domestically produced, highly mobile, and network-integrated tanks. Meanwhile, countries like South Korea, Israel, and Turkey are unveiling tanks that specialize in hybrid warfare, equipped for both traditional combat and modern asymmetric threats like urban insurgencies. And a growing focus on electronic warfare means that tanks now need to be protected not only from missiles and mines but also from jamming, hacking, and surveillance. The 2026 tanks feature encrypted communications, anti-jamming antennas, and even counter-drone systems that disable enemy UAVs using microwave pulses or laser beams. These defensive measures ensure that the tank remains a central force on a battlefield where digital threats are just as dangerous as physical ones. Let's take a moment to talk about mobility. The 2026 tanks have undergone major enhancements in terrain adaptability. With adjustable suspension systems, tanks can now alter their ground clearance to navigate over urban rubble, soft marshes, or steep inclines. Their tracks are designed to minimize wear and tear, and many models feature self-repairing materials or quick-deploy repair drones that can patch minor damage in the field. One of the underrated yet critical upgrades is logistics. Modern tanks now carry internal diagnostics systems that monitor engine health, ammunition levels, crew vitals, and structural integrity in real time. This allows for predictive maintenance so issues can be addressed before they cause failures. Supply chains are also smarter, with AI predicting when a unit will need resupply and pre-positioning drones or ground vehicles to deliver what's needed. In terms of cost, these tanks are undoubtedly expensive. Each unit can cost tens of millions of dollars depending on its configuration. But military strategists argue that their advanced capabilities justify the price tag. One highly capable tank can potentially replace several older units by being more versatile, survivable, and lethal. The focus is not on mass but on precision, effectiveness, and survivability. The public's perception of tanks has also shifted. Once seen as outdated relics of 20th century warfare, modern tanks are now viewed as multifunctional platforms that can dominate both conventional and unconventional battles. Their integration with cyber systems, drone warfare, and even space-based support systems has ensured that they remain relevant in the era of digital warfare. In fact, some defense analysts predict a future where tanks no longer look like the metal beasts we know today. With stealth materials, modular frames, and soft armor that absorbs rather than deflects energy, tomorrow's tanks may be lighter, faster, and almost unrecognizable. But no matter how much they change in appearance, their role as battlefield dominators will likely continue well into the 21st century. It's worth noting the growing role of private sector partnerships in developing these tanks. Defense companies are collaborating with tech firms, AI startups, and robotics labs to bring fresh innovation into tank design. As a result, we're seeing features like voice command controls, touchscreen interfaces, augmented reality targeting, and autonomous navigation being implemented at a rapid pace. Training and simulation have also undergone massive upgrades. Tank crews now train using immersive virtual reality environments that mimic real-world battlefields in stunning detail. This allows for safer, faster, and more effective training without consuming fuel or wearing out equipment. It also enables commanders to test out new tactics in simulated environments before implementing them in actual missions. As we approach the end of this overview, one thing is clear: the 2026 tank is not just an armored vehicle. It's a symbol of the fusion between raw firepower and cutting-edge technology. It represents the new face of warfare, where intelligence, adaptability, and speed are just as important as armor and ammunition. The tanks of 2026 aren't just preparing for battle, they're preparing for the future. And that future is smarter, faster, and more connected than ever before. So, whether you're a defense enthusiast, a tech lover, or just curious about the future of military vehicles, the new generation of tanks offers a fascinating glimpse into how nations prepare for the challenges ahead. From AI to hybrid propulsion, from modular armor to drone coordination, these machines are more than just tanks. They're the future of battlefield dominance. And that wraps up our in-depth look into the 2026 tank and its futuristic innovations. Stay tuned for more exciting updates on the latest military and automotive technology, right here on your favorite channel, Latest Car.